So what's up, everybody? You know, I was just looking at some of the things that other people, Sean's own teammates, have to say about him. Sean Palmisano doesn't want to live underneath his own name because of terrorist threats, but goes on to become one of the biggest, per his lawyers, goes on to become one of the biggest podcasters in the world. And I start looking at the nexus between all the people that are on the Fernando Puentes El Bordo podcast and Mr. Villarreal now pumping out stuff on Chapitos and La Maiza. And even though the guy maybe has been to federal prison or whatever, he's up in Tijuana. Just all the theatrics that go on, man. You know, the reporters over at Mother Jones being shot down by Sean Ryan and by the Colombian National Police to put out any type of statement regarding Sean Ryan being arrested or under investigation there and other things. One second. You know, so when I'm starting to look in all of this and have been looking at the connections between Johnny Mitchell, Matthew Cox, Pierre Rossini, Vincent Vargas, everyone that's involved with all of the entire YouTube cartel of thought control on all things Mexico and every other thing, man. And then what Sean Ryan's own Navy SEAL teammates have to say about Sean. You know, I know I'm not on the wrong track. And there are a lot of things. There are even Sean's schoolmates, per Mother Jones article, are sitting there talking about the type of person Sean was. And I'm not one to say that none of us don't have moments in our lives that we wish we could take back. Definitely, man. I know I've got a lot. But then there's also things where you don't hurt women and children. You're just not mean. Human rights stuff, just different things. But then when you watch all of these things go on in YouTube land, Tommy G, Julian Dory, Mark Gagnon, Ed Calderon, Dalton Fisher, Andrew Bustamante, John Kiriakou, they're all connected to everything. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is, like yesterday I put up that video about Sean Ryan, and I noticed my wife destroyed one of my phone cameras. And so it was a little cloudy, but I had already been shooting some stuff on that camera anyway, so I didn't want to like switch phones or have to go to my external hard drive and edit stuff. So I did it on that. When you run a YouTube channel, there's a substantial amount of work that goes into it. In fact, Chad, the Navy SEAL, has spoken about that. Anyone with a YouTube channel of any size that continually puts out content, there's a ton of work.
Share this with you guys today. I don't quite understand it, but I'm going to share it on here anyways. Just a little behind the scenes information for some of you guys who maybe don't have a YouTube channel and you're not all into social media and all this crap. You know, you just kind of want to live a quiet life, work with your hands and mind your own business. And it has taken a massive amount of intentional effort, work, and strategy in order to build whatever platform they've built. All right? Now,
and one of the things that I was doing while I worked at the law office in Mexico is I was tasked with monitoring developments on all the cases that we were working with, right? And so you would go to the government websites or other stuff. You have a clerk of court in every type of government where they're responsible for receiving documents. And they upload them into the database that says when something was received, judgments emitted by the court itself, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so when I go down and I start chasing down all these details to Sean Ryan and him being sued by, what is it, Tatum Tartar, whatever, a person that was wanting to train Keanu Reeves in conjunction with Sean Ryan, and start looking at the court documents with that. There's a lot of work that goes into these podcasts, man. A lot. And so these people that have these major podcasts and stuff, it's a big business, and they are investing and pumping a ton of money into it. So Katarina Schultz being based in Mexico, flying all over Mexico and stuff like that on her own dime, probably not. They're probably working in conjunction with each other, or a government behind them, or even potentially a government behind Cartel de Jalisco de Nueva Generación. I've always wondered how they magically got so powerful so fast. And I'm not talking about the Mexican government either per se, or potentially even that government, but a lot of people pulling strings behind the scenes. And I know this because of running my own channel on my own dime, just how much work is entailed, how much money is involved in it. Travel, lodging, equipment, employees, etc., etc., etc. And so really it gets to the point where it's not even about them just meeting me with death silence. I mean, there's a lot of people outside of their group that do not agree with what they're doing, including one of Sean Ryan's old teammates, or other people that live in Medellin, potentially with Sean Ryan allegedly, and don't know each other, which is also crazy. The two people that would work for Blackwater would live in Medellin but don't know each other. There's so many things, and I just try to shed some light on all of this. But I've got a dental appointment today. I've got some more stuff I'm going to be doing tonight when I get home. And thanks for tuning in, man. And by the way, JD and Johnny Mitchell, JD DeLay, Johnny Mitchell, I would love to interview either one of you two, Pierre Rossini and Matthew Cox, at the same time. I would love to interview these guys and see if they've got the nutsack to go head up with me and ask any questions they want. They can do gotcha questions on me, I'll do gotcha questions on them. I'd like to know how JD DeLay, being a member of the Oregon State Penitentiary System, doesn't call out Johnny Mitchell for Oregon not having any Hells Angels in Oregon at all. How Johnny Mitchell is going to Coffee Creek or Twin Rivers Correctional Facility, wherever it is, not Oregon State Penitentiary. And how it is that someone as knowledgeable about Oregon prisons like JD DeLay wouldn't hit Johnny Mitchell up like that. I got questions, man.